Good morning. As we flew in this morning and we came to the edge of the Palo Duro Canyon with the beautiful terrain below and this beautiful West Texas sky above, I was particularly struck by the beauty, the power, and the purpose of this land. And it's so fitting that we are here today on such an important occasion. This is indeed a time to celebrate a historical achievement that really results from the cooperation and leadership that captures the synergies between education, city and state government, industry, and individuals of exceptional vision and generosity. Though so many across the state deserve credit for the Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine that will benefit the entire state from its location here in Amarillo, we can proudly say that this is a great example of who West Texans are and what they can do. Each of you represent the best quality of Texans. You're serious but friendly. You're confident but unpretentious. And you're individuals of great personal success, but ultimately driven by a commitment to others, to your community, and to our state. So this is indeed a historic moment. This will be the first School of Veterinary Medicine in Texas in 100 years, the first veterinary school established by a public institution in nearly 4 decades. Now, a pillar of Texas Tech's guiding mission from its inception in 1923 has been to serve this region and the agricultural industry, and specifically the large animal industry that is so pivotally located here in Amarillo. It's always been a part of Texas Tech's mission to provide opportunity for students from this region, and the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine personifies all of those values and characteristics. As we approach the end of our first century of existence, there could not be a more appropriate and significant way to mark our first century. The School of Veterinary Medicine is a natural step in the evolution of Texas Tech as a national research university. It elevates our profile, but that is not the real purpose and most important issue that we are celebrating today. Texas Tech has always been about serving students, providing a culture that supports students, and serving this region and its agricultural and rural history. It's been a long road to get to here, and we've overcome many challenges, some skepticism, but what's been done is a tribute to so many and to you. And I want to take this opportunity to thank a few people. Chancellor Mitchell will also recognize many others a bit later. I couldn't be more pleased to recognize Mayor Ginger Nelson. She has provided extraordinary leadership, vision, and sometimes courage in moving this forward. To the City of Amarillo and the City Council, thank you for what you have done. To the Amarillo Economic Development Corporation, Doug Nelson, Kevin Carter, Laura Street, your commitment and your bold initiative made a tremendous difference in making this possible. To the Amarillo Fundraising Committee led by Jason Herrick, thank you. We were blessed by extraordinary leadership in the West Texas delegation and in the legislature in general, and Dr. Mitchell will take the opportunity to point out those who are deserving of so much credit. I also want to recognize Dr. Guy Lonergan, Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine. He was the right person at the right time to lead this initiative, and we look forward to what will develop here under his guidance. Now it's my privilege to introduce Dr. Ted Mitchell. This is the second Ted. Dr. Mitchell and then Chancellor Robert Duncan came up here in December of 2015 to announce the intent to establish a School of Veterinary Medicine. He established and laid out a strategy for this session that was so successful. The manner in which he identified our priorities and kept us focused on the real issues, always taking the case that we'll take the high road and letting the facts speak for themselves. Dr. Mitchell has professional and leadership qualities that are extraordinary, but also he's a man of great compassion and personal character. We couldn't have had a better person in place at the time to see this to the end, and we're very grateful to Dr. Ted Mitchell.
Great day to be at Texas Tech, great day for West Texas. So what Lawrence didn't tell you is that this is a fundraiser. You get in for free, but it's going to cost you to leave. There's this old preacher up here out in Dimmitt. He gets a call one day, answers the phone, fella says, are you the preacher at the First Baptist Church in Dimmitt? Yes, sir, I am. He says, I'm John Smith, I'm from the IRS. I've got a question about one of your congregants. Do you have a fella in your congregation named Mr. Timmons, Mr. Robert Timmons? He says, yes, I do. Why is that? He says, well, I'm reviewing his information here. Did he make a donation to you for $10,000? There's a long pause. The preacher said, well, he's about to. Thank you all for coming out here. As Dr. Skrivenek said, 5 years ago, things really started taking off here in the city of Amarillo. Everybody that is in this tent has had some type of role in where we are today. We've got folks that I'm going to be recognizing, but please understand, everybody in here was part of making something happen that a lot of people said wouldn't happen and couldn't happen. And there are times in our lives where we get tested about things not to reveal weaknesses, but so that we can discover the strengths that we have. West Texas, with this vet school, is helping to take care not just of the Panhandle, not just the South Plains, not just West Texas, but the entire state. And remember how important ag is to the economy of Texas. This is a great day because of that. We're celebrating our 50th year as the Health Sciences Center, and it's a wonderful, wonderful addition to what we're doing here in Amarillo with our schools of medicine and pharmacy, health professions, adding on top of that a School of Veterinary Medicine to look at things, if you consider what we can do from a research perspective with what's called a One Health perspective, looking at disease processes that impact not only the animal kingdom but the human population as well. This is what this is all about. Serving a need that has gone unaddressed. The first vote of the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board for a vet school for Texas Tech was in 1971. Now, when I started in 2010, I knew that the state moved slowly. I just wasn't quite aware of how slowly. But here we are, and we have a lot of folks to thank. I want to read off a list of some of the folks. I know that, and you'll hold applause till the end of it. But I could actually, if I had a list that had everybody's in this room's name on it, you've all played a part. Whether it's visiting with somebody at a coffee shop about the need for more veterinarians in this area, whether it's in the halls at the Capitol, whether it's chit-chatting with friends that may be skeptical about the need or the capacity of a university to provide this, everybody here has participated. We do have some special folks that we need to thank. First and foremost, Governor Greg Abbott, when he signed this into legislation, he was very proud of the work that we've done throughout the legislature to make this a reality. Speaker Greg Bonin, was instrumental throughout the session, as was Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. All the members, we worked with all of them. We spent a tremendous amount of time in Austin during this legislative session with tremendous folks on our team and pulling in the help of a lot of other folks as well. But we spent a lot of time down there visiting with everybody in the Senate, everybody in the House, to tell our story, to tell the story of West Texas, to tell the story of a need, and help them understand what it means to our state to support the folks in Amarillo. We also have delegation out here that I will tell you is tremendously strong. And it's hard to understand how important it is to have elected officials out here that can go down to Austin, where we are significantly outnumbered, but still make our case for the folks that are down there to understand the importance of our support. So we have with us today, and hold your applause till we're done, Representative Dustin Burrows from Lubbock, Representative John Frullo from Lubbock, Senator Charles Perry from Lubbock, Representative John Smithy from here in Amarillo, Representative Four Price. What's your real name? I saw it, and I swear I'd have them call me Four too. That's coming from a guy whose given name is Teddy. We're okay, all right. We have Representative Ken King. We have Senator Kel Seliger. We have Representative Lynn Stuckey from Denton. And Lynn, I want you to stand up for just a sec. Stand up. This is a veterinarian from K-State. He lives in Denton, and he was instrumental whenever we had information that we needed to get from a veterinary standpoint. He was the man. Thanks for being here, Dr. Stuckey. We have Drew Springer, Representative Springer, and Representative Justin Holland. Now, I'd like all of you guys to stand up, everybody. This was the core team that made this happen. Thanks, guys. We have Board of Regents members. All right, so we have here, you're going to hear from Chairman Huckabee here in just a minute. We have former Chancellors Ken Hance and Bob Duncan. Stand up. Two icons of West Texas. We have Foundation Board members here. Foundation Board members, stand up. Where's Don Sinclair? Where are you, Don? Here we go. Our Foundation Board. We have regional community members here. We have Mayor Dan Pope from Lubbock, Texas. Mayor Pope, where are you? He was telling me at the front door that if anybody has any loose change, he'll take it. We have Chambers of Commerce from Lubbock and Amarillo. Everybody on Chambers of Commerce, please stand. Wave your hand. Let me tell you something that's different. Back in 1969, when the School of Medicine was passed in the legislature, there were, some of you heard me say this, there were three fights going on. There was a fight between Texas Tech and the University of Texas system. There was a fight between East Texas and West Texas. But there was also a very intense fight between Amarillo, Lubbock, and El Paso. And I'm here to tell you, that can't happen ever again. The eastern part of the state is growing much more rapidly than the western part of the state. We will likely lose some representation during the next redistricting. We have to have not only strong leadership, but we have got to tie our votes together out here. This is one of the reasons that this succeeded. We had before the legislature a proclamation from 16 chambers of commerce in West Texas supporting a vet school in Amarillo. I don't think that has ever happened before in West Texas, but that's the only way we're going to make things work moving forward. And I want to thank all the chamber members from all 16 of those groups. We have our regional councils of government, 6 different regional councils of government signed on to support our vet school. We now have what we're calling, you're going to hear more about this later, what we call our trailblazing donors. If we can have all the trailblazing donors, please stand up. Let me tell you something. Stay standing. You guys stay standing. With the money that they've given, what it does, it lets the folks in Austin know we're serious about what we're trying to do out here. We could not be more thankful, folks. Have a seat. We also have an absolutely phenomenal crew out here. Where's Amador? Is he out and about doing something? Let me tell you. There you go. Where are you, Amador? Raise your hand. Amador and his team up here, Health Science Center folks, they did all of this. Those guys are phenomenal. We are proud to have Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine on the Health Sciences Center campus here in Amarillo, and folks like Amador make that happen. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to thank all the spouses of everybody that has had to put up with all of the things we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, because I know we've spent a lot of time away from home. We've been doing things away from our families, away from our towns, and the spouses of everybody that has had to put up with us, bless your heart. My wife, Dr. Janet Tornelli Mitchell, please stand up. She's responsible for keeping me sane and also responsible for making me wear a suit today. And then we have Deputy Chancellor Kendra Burris. Where are you, Kendra? Where is she? In the back working someplace. But we all know that Kendra and her crew are the ones that made all this happen. So the next person you're going to hear from, well, let's give Kendra a round of applause wherever she is. She slipped off so she wouldn't have to be recognized. You're going to hear now from the chairman of our Board of Regents, Mr. Chris Huckabee. Chairman Huckabee grew up in Andrews, Texas, and he always aspired to be a ranch foreman and not an architect. But his dad made him go to college, wound up going to Texas Tech. He's got a wonderful personal story about that. If you ever get a chance to visit with him, you should hear it. But he has been instrumental in keeping our board, our upper level administration working together and moving forward on this project through good times and through bad times. So please join me in welcoming Chairman Chris Huckabee.
Good morning. So like Ted and I actually get together, and this is really not an exaggeration, and we try to always wear jeans. Sometimes someone smarter than him won't allow us to do that. So that's why he and I are both in suits today, and I look like a city slicker. In the words of Chris Beard, why not us? Okay? I actually believe this sets a tone, and Chris gets the credit, but hopefully this is the beginning, not the end, of saying, why not us? This community and leadership and all of you had a vision. And in that vision, what you said was, why not us? Why can we not do this? Yes, it was challenging. There was a lot of hard work, and it's yielded amazing results because of that. The results come from what Ted said a minute ago, and we should not underestimate this. It was a singular West Texas voice. A singular West Texas voice. And we had a lot of friends actually east of 35 that were our friends in doing this as well. But West Texas was 100% unified behind a big vision. West Texas said, why not us? And that is why we are where we are today. 2 weeks ago, we took the regents and our leadership away to do a retreat. 3 days to say, what are the big visions, what are the big issues challenging education today, and how do we make tech more affordable, more competitive, more accessible, and the destination university in the state of Texas. How do we do those things? And these were really big topics. And I will tell you, today is exactly the results of that. This makes Texas Tech a destination university. This makes education more affordable. This makes education more accessible. This is a big day. So like Ted, I've got a lot of people to thank, and I hate doing that because I'm going to miss half of you, and everyone in this room deserves thank you. But I want to start with the Amarillo community and say thank you. Not only for embracing a vision, but for taking it head on, and when there were headwinds saying, oh, hell no. And that made a big difference. It made a very big difference. This is a community that owns the education. This is your vision, and thank you for your support. This day should be a great day for you. I don't have these people in my script, but I'm not going to miss today without saying a couple of personal thank yous. Jerry Hodge, thank you. You are a very good man. We are sitting here today because of you and your generosity. Thank you very much. I know Steve Wright will be here tonight, but I had to say the same thing. Steve stepped up in a big way and said, I'm gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen for Texas Tech, and I really appreciate this. Jason Herrick. So Jason, one day, Jason and I he's giving me a ride back to the airport. It's kind of a hot, lonely day. We're cruising along, and I say, so, where'd you go to college? Okay. I'll let you guys fill in the rest of that, but you probably know. And literally, we're driving along and went, oh, how's that working out for you? So, Jason, thank you. It's people like you who had a vision, who had some guts, honestly, who had some guts to say, why not us? You're changing the DNA of this community in Texas Tech, and thank you for what you've done. Thank you. Finally, I want to say, Ginger and Kevin, thank you. This is a proud day. Thank you for your leadership and what you've done. We've known each other a very long time. This is a very good day. This is kind of fun. If people had known us in college, they'd be shocked right now. So, to our university leadership, we have an amazing group of presidents who have all come together and all support this vision. And thank you to our presidents. To Dean Lonergan, Dean, thank you. You started this journey when it was kind of a lonely journey, and thank you for that. You've done a remarkable job, great strategy on getting us to where we are today. Ted Mitchell, thank you. Those of you that have to keep up with Ted Mitchell, I had to keep up with him during the legislative session, and the only way you keep up with Ted Mitchell is with running shoes on. And I'm not kidding about that. This man is the Energizer Bunny times 3. It's unbelievable to keep up with him. We are today where we are because of your leadership, your passion, and your commitment, and I appreciate you very much for that, so thank you. To Governor Greg Abbott, Speaker Bonin, and Lieutenant Governor Patrick, thank you for your support. Again, it was vital that we had that support. Ken Hance, thank you. You carried a lot of water this session for us. Thank you very much for doing that. You know, Kent's a guy you can call on, and he is Texas Tech, and we appreciate that because every time we call him into service, he does that, and we appreciate that very much. To our West Texas delegation of legislators, at the end of the day, you guys did the work to get us across the finish line. And so Lynn Stuckey, Lynn and I have known each other a very long time, and we consider you part of West. I was trying to think exactly where your house is. I think you are west of 35, so you're part of the West Texas delegation. So I'm just making it up, but we're going with that, okay? Are we going with that? So thank you. Because what you did for us was be able to delineate something, and everybody couldn't say, well, he's just a Texas Tech guy. And thank you for that. But to our legislators, I want to tell you guys something. So Ted and I were together at graduation, and Ted's phone's going off and my phone's going off, and we have these goofy robes on, and we cannot get to our phones. And I'm thinking, okay, this is either the best news in the world or the worst news in the world, and I don't know which one. And finally, I just said, forget it. Just pulled my phone out, and I looked over, and Ted was like, we got it! We got it! one of those special days ever, but we don't get to that day without you guys, and y'all did it so well. You made it look easy. I know it wasn't easy, but thank you to every one of you for what you did. You really made it easy. So. I saved the best for last. Chancellor Duncan, would you please stand up? I want you to stay standing. This is important. One, I hope this for you is your best day. I hope you savor every minute, and I hope today becomes your best day. You had the guts to say, why not? You had the guts, and you sacrificed more than anyone in this room because of those guts. You had a reason. This is your vision, and more importantly, this will be your legacy. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to introduce a video from Governor Abbott, and I should explain this. Governor Abbott wanted to be here today, and unfortunately was in Dallas for T. Boone's funeral and could not make it here because of the weather. So he's recorded a video, wanted to send his congratulations to this milestone event for Texas Tech in the state of Texas. So if you guys will watch this, thank you very much.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott. You know, I was so proud to work with lawmakers to fund the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine. This school will address the shortage of veterinarians in rural Texas, and it will also increase educational opportunities for people right here in Texas. So I want to thank you all for helping to usher in a new era of innovation and success for Texas Tech University, for Amarillo, and for our entire state. Also, I want to say thank you for helping to shape the future of veterinary medicine right here in Texas. So, congratulations on this remarkable achievement. And may God bless you in your efforts, and may God forever bless the great state of Texas.
Thank you very much. My name is Guy Lonergan. I have the absolute privilege to serve as the Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine, and it has been such an amazing opportunity to be able to contribute to this process over many numbers of years now. And you have heard from our leadership, and our leadership has a vision and commitment not just to the good of the school but to the good of the state. And Texas Tech is a wonderful place to work, and it is a fantastic family to be a part of, and so it really is a privilege. So thank you for this opportunity. But I will say from the very beginning, we set out and we had some broad goals. We really needed to design a world-class program. We needed to make it cost-effective, affordable, accessible, and to do that we really needed a lot of help. And that help came from the veterinary community. And really that blossomed into a grassroots effort. And the veterinarians became more than simply guiders on this path, they became true partners. And while I am so appreciative of their encouragement, their guidance, what I am more appreciative of is their challenging questions and their encouragement to do better, to think bigger, think more broadly, and really put a vision in place that would answer a need. And they helped define the need, they helped define the program. And so the veterinarians that are part of this group that's been guiding us have their fingerprints all over this program, and it is theirs as much as it is anyone. So with that, I appreciate it. We have several of them here. I won't go through their names because I will leave someone off and they will remind me, but they have come in from East Texas, from South Texas, from Southeast Texas, from West Texas, and locally as well. And I am so very honoured that they would make that commitment to come to this groundbreaking today. But I also must acknowledge the leadership of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association. This is the organisation that represents veterinarians and the profession in Texas, and they had to make some hard, challenging decisions. But it was their leadership that moved the needle in a lot of this work that we've been trying to do. And today we have Rick Wall, who is the president of TVMA, Texas Veterinary Medical Association, Stephen Goller, who is the chairman of the board, here with us to celebrate today as well. We also have the president of the American Veterinary Medical Association, Dr. John Howe, as well as our nearest vet school neighbour, which happens to be Oklahoma State University. And Dean Carlos Risco has come to join us. He's the Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine at Oklahoma State. And we are looking for opportunities to be great neighbours. And we will find a way to expand opportunities for students and faculty. But if we talk about the story of getting us over the finish line and helping frame this, we must mention the ag community as well. And they are here today, and there are many people to thank, but certainly Texas Cattle Feeders Association right here in Amarillo, the Cattle Raisers Association, the Texas Farm Bureau, who are here as well, and the Texas Association of Dairymen, and many others. And they helped us get over the finish line. And it is impossible to think of the work that they did without thinking of Christina Butts. And so Christina Butts, when it comes to the industry, helped organise all of that, and for that I'm most appreciative of Christina Butts, who works in Chancellor Mitchell's office. So thank you for that, Christina. So we're here, as you have heard, because of the effort, the commitment, the persistence of so many. But we are really here for the students. And today we have representatives from the Pre-Vet Society. I can see Weston Cleveland because he's about a foot taller than everyone else. We also have officers from the local FFA chapters. So we really are here for the students because of the commitment of others. And so today we break ground on two facilities. The headquarter facilities, which will be right where we're sitting. And we also are breaking ground on a separate set of facilities about 2.5 miles northwest of here, on land that was very generously donated by one of Amarillo's fiercest advocates, Mary Emeny. And without Mary Emeny, this community would not be what it is today. So Mary, thank you very much. And you've heard this many times. And I'm sorry to the people who come in from East Texas, Buck and others, but West Texas is different. It has a sense of community that is hard to describe. You have to experience it rather than to describe it. It has a sense of grand visions and get it done attitude that you don't find elsewhere. And Amarillo typifies that. It has visions that are larger than what you believe possible, but they make it happen. And so you've heard the discussion about 2015 and coming up to Amarillo. Well, before that discussion, there was a meeting, and there was a discussion about the vet school and Amarillo and a partnership. And the discussion was there, if we are going to Amarillo, we cannot go with a meagre vision. If the need is this big, we need to go with a solution that big. We can't go with an incremental solution. And to quote Kendra Burris, who is off working somewhere, her comment was, if it is Amarillo, it is go big or go home. In other words, if we want... So in other words, if we're going to partner with Amarillo, we have to go with a transformative vision. We have to go with an innovative vision and a vision that helps provide a solution for the community, for the region, for the state, and that's where we are today. And if you could wrap that West Texas spirit into any one person, that is Mayor Ginger Nelson. Mayor Nelson, and you can think of a mayor as a leader of a town, but I look at Mayor Nelson as a leader for Amarillo. She has inspired us not to be constrained by perceived boundaries, to think more broadly, but more importantly, she has found solutions to get us to that point. So thank you very much, Mayor. And with that, I would like to introduce Mayor Nelson. She is a Spearman native, a Texas Tech graduate, very proud Texas Tech graduate, as well as she is now in her second term as mayor. Please help me welcome Mayor Nelson.
Hello, friends. We did it! It got done! Woohoo! You know, in 2015, when I first heard of the Texas Tech Vet School project, met Guy Lonergan and spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out if his accent was from Hereford or Tulia. I wasn't exactly sure. Since then, I've learned it actually isn't a West Texas accent, but we will claim it. And we're so proud of the work that you've done, Dr. Lonergan. And as all of our work is ending, actually, Dr. Lonergan's work is really just ramping up. So we're looking forward to seeing what you get accomplished in putting this school together. It is ironic, we worked for years and years on this, but the day that my phone started blowing up, I was with this very special member of our family, and he brings his greetings to you at this special event today. His name is Red Raider, and he is our four-legged furry child, member of our family. He goes by Raider for short, and I was actually at the vet clinic with Raider getting a checkup for him when my phone began blowing up with the good news that it had happened. So there is some irony in that, and I kind of view that as our fairy tale ending for the Nelson household, because what a privilege it's been to work on this project. Celebrations are so important. And what are we celebrating today? Well, we're celebrating something that many people said for many years would never happen. But it did. We're celebrating expanded education opportunities that are going to ripple across the state. We're celebrating the strength and the protection of a growing ag economy that includes new research opportunities in food safety and medicine and who knows what else, and that's going to ripple across the nation. But maybe the most important thing, as it's already been discussed this morning, that we're celebrating is that this vet school effort has required a community of people not bound by the geography of one city, one county, or even the West Texas region is proven by all of you other Texans and fellow ag supporters who are here with us today. A community that would work together. In a world that's suffering through different political consensus and the lack of cooperation, often in the face of any controversy, this community dusted off determination and displayed how to work together. And that is worth celebrating. I do want to thank the Amarillo City Council and the AEDC and every Amarillo citizen who got behind this vision. Your leadership and your support have made it happen. Jason and Shannon, thank y'all for the sacrifices, the time. We raised $90 million in 1 year's time to build this school. It took a lot of work, and I am dang proud of everything that you guys did to make that happen. There are two Amarillo All-Stars that I want to mention. Mayor Hodge Margaret, thank you for your leadership. What you did at a pivotal time to take a stand for this project, and the courage that it took and the willingness that you had to stand in the gap and be the tip of the spear at a challenging time for this project made all the difference. I couldn't be more proud to have you in our city and to follow in your leadership. Thank you. All our hearts are with the Pickens family this week, but I would be remiss if I did not stand and recognize the contribution that Boone made to this project. And I claim him forever as Amarillo's hometown boy, and I will always be proud of the impact that he has made, not just in our city and in our state, but his generosity changed the world. He was one of our early adopters, hosted fundraisers, and in that last month, conversations that he had with key legislative players and the influence that he gave us made the difference. He will be missed, but his legacy stands here with us, and I'm so proud to have had a chance to work with him. So this win is important because we exercised our work together muscle to get it. And those muscles might be getting flabby in other parts of the country, but not here in West Texas. We can face a challenge, and we know that in order to do that, people have to work together to fight problems, not fight each other. And we did that. This win shows the rest of the world how to tackle challenges, West Texas. Our region had a need, and our region responded together, and that's worthy of celebrating. You know what gets celebrated gets repeated. And I think West Texas might just be getting started in a new era of working together and celebrating together. On to the next thing. Thank you, guys.
Yes, Ginger, we did it. But I think all of us would agree that in this moment of great pride, this is not about us. Rather, we find great satisfaction in knowing that the greatest gift we can give to others and their future is opportunity, and to provide resources that benefit our communities, our industries, and the state. Before this thing kicked off, I was visiting with Council Member Frida Powell, and she said, I feel blessed by God to be part of this and humbled. And I think that speaks for all of us. So we're all excited and invigorated by what lies ahead, to continue to cooperate, and even a greater sense of collaboration with all who have a vested interest in what's good for Texas and for our communities. And with that, I think I would like to invite everybody who's participating in the groundbreaking to come forward.